welcome to basically a bunch of degenerates talking about League of Legends Amino as a whole. So this is a post for those who probably aren't seeing this right now. This is Coco, not Coco's post. Who the fuck is his
Quinn.
name again? Quinn. Yeah, Quinn's name on the blog, and he's talking about what active content we like to see, basically. So, in other words, is more activity to League of Legends Amino, because as we all know, we're the most active amino on Amino.
Of course we are. We
Yeah,
definitely aren't beaten by Anime Amino. Anime Amino doesn't exist. It's a lie.
yeah. Anime Amino doesn't exist. It's just basically a bunch of furries and degenerates.
Okay. But before we start, I'd like to say that I've been a curator in the heat of times, in the most difficult times, I would say, because right now the community is kind of calm.
Yeah.
Um, so I will also speak up about some of the things that have been discussed earlier, because I'm pretty sure that most of the issues with Amino in general are just like things we have discussed before, because not much in has changed within like what we can do with the Amino.
Yeah.
More or less extra features that apply to Amino Plus or whatever. So I feel like and I can also like speak for some people because I know what our thought process is behind some of those
Mm-hmm.
opinions. For example, Coco, Sushi, etc. Specs, because I used to be on good terms with most of them.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I feel like I can also give that insight, but it depends on per topic, of course. So we will see how that goes.
Okay, yeah. So let's just address this in a nutshell. In terms of League of Legends Amino, its popularity, its viewership, its usership, its content is more or less dependent on the actual people using the app. Unfortunately, having a change of leaderships, curators, etc., would not really solve it. Basically, it's good for the short term, and it's a boost of confidence and reinvigoration in terms of activity. But beyond that, long term, it doesn't do jack shit. Let's be honest.
An issue what I have experienced myself within the current team is that most team members are very vocal. Sushi it can be very vocal. Um,
Mm-hmm.
Coco can be very vocal. I myself was very vocal. Specs can be very vocal. And then you have like people like Taiga, whatever his name, Dan, I believe was his name.
Mexican
Dan,
Danny, we call him.
yeah. Then he used to be very vocal, but he took a step back. I think the reason is because he wanted to be a leader, but he didn't get it because of his inactivity. And then I personally chose to quit because of all the issues, but also when those issues arrived, I wasn't in like a super well mental state, so
Mm.
it was like an amplifying thing. So I got very frustrated over most things. Um, then I think I think like having Montoya as head leader is 100% necessary in a current team, and the reason I say that is because Montoya is the only one that can like organize and say, "Hey, this is how things are,"
Mm.
and whenever like an argument shows up, I know his role in those arguments. He's just basically there to calm people down and say, "Hey, this is how it is. This is what we will do." Hey, and he will hear everybody's opinion, but he is so busy lately. I'm pretty sure that when I was there, he was a bit more active. But yeah, I don't think what is happening now is per definition bad. I think they made sure. I'm pretty sure they made some improvements because I don't feel like right now the Amino's dying. I see lots of new people, and I don't know.
It's not a matter of we receive lots of new people. We're always going to receive new people. However,
True.
at this point, is retaining them is another thing entirely.
Yeah.
Which I want to go into the next part is: do you feel like League of Legends Amino is too inclusive of its regulars?
Yes. I think There's one person that explained it the best a while ago. It's like we're all this hip, little happy family that everybody knows one another, and I feel like most of the people, especially the chat we're in, like the
Toxic chat, yeah.
yeah, it's like new people aren't as easily accepted, and unless they kind of fit in, which makes it really hard for new people to get an enjoyable experience. And it's most other active chats, like we're specifically talking about active chats, are like that. They just have this small little community with like 5 friends in there that all known each other for like 2 3 years. They're all sharing shit, and then new person joins and he gets like he doesn't fit, that person doesn't fit into
Mm,
the conversation because he doesn't know what's going on. And then it's like, well, you're new, so whatever. Like
mm,
it's kind of like the new people are just not really well received by by at least like 30% of the community, and that turns people off. I feel like it doesn't mean that they can't fit in. It's just that they have to meet specific requirements or have to be very calm and respectful. Like basically, if the person is very calm, respectful, and very like he
mm.
could take a lot in the sense of like a lot of like people saying shit to him or her, then you can get accepted, like if you can handle a lot of shit. But I
Yeah,
feel like most of the people can't, and they feel like it's a personal attack when 9 of the 10 times it isn't, because they don't know the person. But yeah,
yeah.
that's kind of hard.
What about you, Hoots? What do you think? You've been quiet for too long.
Well, I was enjoying Tim's voice, not gonna lie.
Okay, as I said, you're a taken man. You should be listening to what's your, is it Evie's voice or something?
You don't wanna listen to that, man, trust me. It's better to keep it hidden.
Uh, well, yeah. How do you feel, Hoots?
Yeah, we just don't like new people. They come in and then we automatically bully them.
to be
Like
to,
if they don't quit instantly, we'll just make sure they quit.
to be fair, we've been trying to make Megan quit for years, but I don't think that's working out.
Megan is actually active in the Pincherman chat.
Oh wow, what happened to that?
Well, I saw her join there, and I believe everybody answers her questions there, so that's basically how it works.
No, okay, that's fine. So pretty much like every other chat, just that our chat got sick of her quickly.
Let's not mention the our chat, please.
Uh,
Don't get me started, dude.
yeah, I
I
think.
think we like have groups,
Hmm.
and then it depends which group you join, cause like you can fit in some part of the amino. Like we have groups, we have our chat, we have the our chat, and then Pincherman's chat, which is like neutral, and then like
Pretty much the top chats right now is Fairly Gay Art Alliance. There's the Chill Rift, which is quite a new chat. It's run by that Zane guy.
and there's roleplay chats, and like
Yeah,
it depends like why you came to the amino.
yeah, pretty much. But
True.
as I said though, these seems to be like groups and such, and they have established communities. In which case, it's pretty hard for a new person to fit right in.
Well, I can give you a little bit of insight because, of course, I'm friends with a couple of people in the R chat. So I personally don't have a lot of problems with the R chat because I'm being accepted. But what I do know is that certain people in the R chat have like this really biased opinions, and when they like start to think you do something which is against what they think,
Mm,
You're fucked.
especially when you have an argument or an opinion, like half of the time it gets interpreted wrong, and
mm-hmm,
then it's like, well, okay, let's solve it, but they don't want to because they have already this biased opinion. And then it's just like, okay, well, we can never be on a neutral term because it's
mm,
this biased opinion. And that's the only thing that bothers me a lot in the dark chat. And then I've like this one person that just doesn't want to talk to me anymore because she feels like every time she talks to me, she gets into an argument. I mean, I get it, but I also think like she takes everything I say way too personally, and that's the kind of like that kind of environment is hard for a new person to fit in. I do know people. There was this Shen guy, for example, that fit really well in, and everybody in the chat respects him, and he's basically the guru there because he's so knowledgeable and whatever, and he helps them because whatever, and because he gets respected, he gets he's like he's accepted. But when I, for example, share my opinion in the chat, I get immediate backlash because people don't like me, and that's just how things go. And uh, it's kind of difficult, to be honest.
Let's just blame it on their gender. That's it.
Blame it on their jungler like we all do.
Gender, not jungler.
Oh,
Gender.
oh, gender. Okay, that's fine too. Well, this one specific person, we can't pin it on a specific gender, unfortunately. That's another subject for another time. Right, let's go over what Quinn says anyway. That's the whole reason we're doing this video.
True.
So, I've got some questions for the community. So, let's go this. Breathes, deep breath. Now, I've got some questions for this community, and I'd fully appreciate if you can kindly comment your answers down below and who's messing around with their own microphones in the background. Hello?
Not
What the where the hell is that?
No, I muted my mic.
Oh, you muted your mic. That explains a lot. Okay.
I wanted to eat something. Okay, I can't. If I do, you want me to eat in a video?
I mean, we could have an ASMR kind of thing. That'll do you fine. Okay, anyway, you can mute your mic now. So, question 1. Do you blog or like to? If so, do you write, draw, edit, etc.? Okay, let's start with you, Hoots. I'm putting you on the spot.
like blogging feels like useless.
Mm-hmm.
You get little to no feedback, maybe a couple of likes, comments, which is mostly meme comments from you guys. Like, and mostly if I make a blog, it's about a tournament that I did regret later.
So, like, basically all our tournaments we do.
Yep.
Where I wasn't in the tournament because I didn't have time. I would have joined.
You
But,
know, like even if you join, the other people will join and they will still be late or not show up or.
They don't come on time.
Yep.
That's our major problem. What about you? Answer to question 1, Tim.
okay, so I have a full-time job as a programmer. So the amount of time I get to write actually is very limited, but I want my blogs are utmost quality. Like I do a lot of research. I know what I'm talking about. Whenever I blog, I used to make like I had like this guide for how to wave manipulation and how that worked with every single detail, how much HP minions had, like what was the scaling on the minions, like everything. So if I do it, I do it right, but I think like the lack of feedback is definitely a thing because you don't get it. Like, I mean, my blogs, I'm really good at English, but I don't double check everything. I mean, I go over my blogs 5 times, and the 6th time I still find grammar errors. But nobody, even when I say it in my blog, hey, if you see grammar error, let me know and I can edit it. Nobody gives a shit.
Okay, let me ask you, how long did it take you to write all that, and how much research did you actually do to write all that?
To the minion blog post that I deleted, um, I think I don't remember. It was like half a day at least.
Yeah, but you who like researched the minion scaling and shit, right?
Yeah.
And then you basically got nothing in return. You got a few likes. Did it even get featured
A fun fact, yeah, it did get featured. But a fun
for a
fact,
few hours, right?
yeah, I don't know for a long
And then
time.
some art just came over it, like boom, front page.
That is very true, but art takes time too. I can see the art. I don't really care about art being on the front page or not. Like our text should be, because art takes a little while to make too. I mean, I personally can't draw, but my company is a graphic company, so I do graphic work too. So I know how much, like, how long it can take, and
Yeah, I
everybody to
know
their own.
people invest time and their skills into art too,
Yeah, but
but we
go on.
mostly feature art and have like art the most. So yeah,
I think like art in general is just very accessible to a lot of people, and a lot of people art is their hobby. Writing, on the other hand, like Fox does, Foxfire, he, like that kind of writing is just very limited. Most people don't know how to write. To be honest, I know how to write too, but I've never like devoted myself to finish a story, which is why I never published one on League. But what I did do recently, do you guys remember that Talon Akali rap?
nope.
Mm, remind me.
It was featured, and it got a lot of backlash because it wasn't as good.
What was it called again? Sorry.
It wasn't Talon Akali rap.
Oh, the Akali rap. Yeah, there was a rap, and apparently it did. Yeah, it
Yeah.
got
Okay.
heavily lambasted for it.
Yeah. Okay. So basically, it wasn't my work. It was someone's work, and I told him, "Hey, dude, I will fix it for you," and I did that. So I think he will. I told him I need to fix some grammar issues,
Yeah.
some shit, but he will publish the updated version soon.
Okay.
Once I finish it. So like I do writing, and I'm very good at like anything that comes to writing, rapping, writing
Yeah.
songs, anything. So, but yeah.
Yeah. As for myself, I used to like blogging quite a fair bit, and I actually did I did do quite a few subjects that were, how would I say it, controversial. So I did mental health and League of Legends in ranked, which I did a blog of that about a year or so ago. You can find that out on my profile. It's just solitary Yates on Amino in League of Legends Amino. So I did that. That got some comments. A lot of it was good. Some of it was pretty bad, but some of it was from that Rito Slayer guy. And honestly, he's on my block list for a reason. I've unblocked him, so basically is he can actually read my shit again. But before I just blocked him, and he weren't allowed to comment on any of my shit whatsoever, because it wasn't something I just can't be asked to deal with. I did do one on how female players were treated in League of Legends. Basically, when they play League of Legends online, that got a shit ton of backlash, and I ended up deleting the blog because people were just because it was not researched that well. However, I still stick to my opinion that a woman playing League of Legends is still going to get a lot of like unnecessary judgment and backlash compared to a male person. Because when you say you're a guy in League of Legends, no one really gives a shit. When a woman says they play League of Legends, people start to give either too much shit or not enough shit enough, but either way they try to make it out to be a big deal, and that's problematic.
I agree.
And basically, if I ever get back into blogging, I would like to write more of these like cultural subjects. However, it's something that I am bit on the I err on the side of caution when posting these things, because apparently nowadays you can't be for equality, equal rights, etc., without sounding like an SJW.
Um, yes and no, but
Yes and
we
no.
we I can comment a little bit about that, because my job is a game designer, and who knows, the last 6 months, I believe, the gaming world community, and also the anime world community, is filled with random shit from SJWs. So I
Mm,
think I have a very vocal opinion about it, but and a lot of research knowledge, because I all those
mm-hmm,
news I absorb because it's my job.
mm-hmm,
But to state what you said about the woman thing in League, the
mm-hmm.
female, I know statistically that Riot dropped a statistic how many males play League of Legends and how many females.
Hmm.
And statistically, it was a couple of years ago, like 3 or 4. It was like 15% was only female. So the
Yeah.
reason why people don't care you're male is because everybody assumes you're a male.
Yeah, everyone is. That's like that for most video games. Even though, weirdly enough, female games are making up more and more of the market right now. But however, when we go into the nitty gritty of things, when it comes to core gaming versus mobile gaming, which is quite casual, more females occupy the mobile gaming space. Core gaming as a whole, like the PlayStation, the Xbox, the PCs, etc., is still male dominated. That's kind of like that's still gonna have a lot of like the whole male exclusive club kind of mentality. But that's here nor near there or there.
I'm kind of interested to know how many women are in like high challenger.
I challenger none.
There's I
In
think
challenger,
That's
no there's
probably the main reason why they're non like
so
female
so
roles.
in China and Korea, I believe there is a couple of them. There was one girl who was a challenger by playing Aurelion Sol. I
yeah, but we're talking about high challenger, not low challenger. I know that in NA there's a challenger female. I know 3 females personally that are in challenger in A West or have made
yeah,
challenger.
it wasn't one of
And
it wasn't one of them a Sona main.
no, that was. I mean, maybe
So
I
because
don't
I know that
remember.
there was a Sona mid main that became challenger apparently.
Oh yeah. The Sony mid, yeah, but that was like that was that was like last year for sure.
Yeah,
That's already old news.
okay.
And it was with the Sona buffs. Oh, what? Yeah, she got challenger too. But high challenger top 50? No, no. As
No,
at the moment, no female has made that. Or I mean, in in history, I think there must have been. I don't believe that no female ever has made the top 50, but in right now, no. Not that I know
no.
of. Maybe some secret hidden female player that acts like a guy could
Yeah,
be.
pretty much. As I said, I think it's entirely possible. I think it's entirely possible that a woman can get top 50s. Um, However, it's going to come down. It's pretty much down to it being since it's a male-dominated hobby and more males play League of Legends. Statistically, like if you have 10 people, 9 of them are men and 1 of them are women.
It's
Most
not gonna end well.
It's not going to end well. The people that will be occupying the top. Did you just make a porno joke there, Hoots?
What? No.
Okay,
You did.
good. Okay, I did. Okay. Well, let's move on to the next question. Well, we would answer question 2 if you don't blog. Why not? We do all blog to an extent, but let's entertain the hypothesis why a person doesn't like blogging.
Takes too much effort to create. So I mean, let's put it this way.
Too much effort, too low feedback.
Yeah, that would.
Yeah, that's the easy answer. But what I feel like, what my personal reason would be not to block, is because uh, it's the satisfaction rating. Like, I can be happy with 100 likes. I'm not that greedy of a person. I don't need this much feedback. Maybe because I know my work is usually good because I spent a lot of time creating such works. But like it feels like when I want to create and put out something, there are just more things to do on a daily basis, and the other things overweigh making a blog, which means that whenever I get real spare time where I literally have nothing else to do but besides write or something, and I don't want to play video games, and I don't want to do anything else, that's when I sit down. Hey, okay, I'm gonna make a blog.
Mm-hmm.
But since I feel like it's just you don't get too much out of it,
Mm-hmm.
except for maybe a satisfactory thing. Some people block a lot that, and I think to them the community is much more wholesome. Like for example, old days Azura would like, I mean, she would spam blocks, and for her like Amino was like her life. So there are definitely some of those people, but for the
Mm.
majority, it's just not appealing.
Mm. I think for me, if the reason I wouldn't blog, it's basically because, as Hoots said, too much effort, low feedback kind of thing. I think for a lot of other people it's that kind of thing. What would be a good blog and what would be a bad blog? I do honestly think curators should have more of a hand in now in not only curating content, but if they want to curate something to the front page, I do think there should be feedback and recommendations to make changes to encourage, like, okay, if you do make these changes, this could be feature kind of thing. So you're always getting that constant feedback from curators. However, it's going to be a lot of effort, so it does depend on which curator makes effort and which curator doesn't. In fact, that's probably why I feel if they do add more curators, it would be curators that would be overlooking certain type of content and making recommendations and feedback based on that. That's what I feel like that should happen, kind of thing. I'm asking too much, and it's for a voluntary thing, but it could be a good thing.
Yeah, but no was the problem. Like what Tim said, like nobody's life is Amino. Like you all have other things to do.
Of course,
Go
we
to
all have
school,
other things to
whatever.
do, but the
Yeah,
thing,
like imagine if a YouTuber or a streamer was on Amino, they would blog like going to stream. They could like their life could be League Amino and their
hmm.
because that's what they do, for a living.
No,
We all
most.
just come there to like spend some time. You make a blog when you actually don't have anything else to do.
But here's the argument: who's if you're taking up a leadership role or a curator role, you care enough about the community and want to see it grow and make effort to an extent that you treat the voluntary role like it's your job.
Yeah. Okay, but like,
Yeah,
to
but
go
I'm not
to
gonna get paid for it.
You're not going to get
okay.
paid for it, but that's part of a voluntary job. you
Yeah,
know.
yeah, yeah. To give some insight, as I've been leader on Overwatch Amino, which was the one of the bigger aminos, and I have been curator on this amino. Being a curator or a leader gives you very limited options. It gives you control, but very limited options. And as a leader or curator, it's basically your job to hype the community to actually do something. Which the most recent events, I think, art events are fucking they're bad. Like you could do them once in a while, but art is pushed through so much because I feel like most of like our leaders are artists.
Yeah.
I believe almost all of them, which means that there is this. They have this unnoticed bias towards art,
Hmm.
and I feel like promoting art is fine, but don't overpush it. I think like what Quinn wants to do, which is new to me, but I guess she wants to do the art race thing again. That's terrible. If you want to make a banner, make it professionally for League of Amino. You can't just make an artist do that. Do it professionally. Let
Yeah,
an
but we also
actual.
wanted to do a challenge for artists because we're always like tournaments, 1v1,
Because
5v5s, and
not
everything.
everyone has great ideas, but not everyone is an artist.
What I want is actually an an event or an whatever a challenge where
Hmm.
you can exploit the writers. Give them what my argument is for not joining the challenges when it comes to writing. I get too little time. In 2 weeks, I cannot produce a good story. Some people can, I can't. Give everybody a month of time because I mean I
But,
can't because also I have a job. But
yeah,
I
but there's also this, like, if you give them too much time, they kind of tend to forget.
mhm.
no, but that's why you set the month 30 days, for
Oh,
example.
you reminded me. I did do 30 days challenges,
Yeah,
and
yeah, I do. I know there have been 30 day sessions, but I'm just saying right
yeah,
now, just make a writing, and then for sure people are gonna write. Take an interesting, like for example, why has never like the haunting events, the Halloween events with League, why has that not been exploited? You know when Halloween is, just say, hey, in like 3 weeks, the Halloween event is coming up. Write a spooky, scary story. That's like the things I want. I want exploits, but they aren't there. Nobody's nobody. What the heck is this art race gonna be? You're basically gonna have like 5 months long all sorts of fucking challenges for art racing, with everybody like slowly getting wiped out because everything needs to be evaluated. It takes so fucking long, and half of the community loses. They don't give a shit anymore at like some point. It's like the art race is cool. We did it once. It worked. It was kind of neat.
Mhm.
But don't do that shit again. That's gonna turn people off. And I feel like, I mean, artists are gonna enjoy it. They're gonna be like, okay, hey, but the rest of League of Amino are not gonna be interested.
No.
And that's what I kind of dislike. It's all this art stuff gets pushed through, but where is like the creativity?
Okay, actually, the art race never finished. They made it to top 4 and then just
Yeah,
forgot about it.
we all gave up on that for good reasons as well.
And
The-
then like now
I-
that if I ask artists if they want to participate, everyone is like, there's much more talented people than me. RP is not really a good reward for me. I don't care about that.
Yeah.
I
To
have
be-
other things to do.
the
and
League of Legends Amino has a defeatist attitude.
To be fair, if Saori joins, he isn't on League of Amino a lot. He only posts his art.
Hmm.
Or NG joins. Those two have a
Oh,
guaranteed top two spot.
and Angie Nico Cat or whatever she's called.
Yeah.
I haven't seen her on for a while actually.
Yeah, she's busy, but if you PM her, you probably get a hang of her. But as I said, if you
Here's an advert for Angie Nico Cat. I want you to create me a sexy fucking background. I mean, I did ask Beth to do it, but then Beth is missing in action.
hey
I mean, to be fair, she is fucking a Danish guy in the Netherlands. Why did I say Danish guy in the Netherlands? But regardless, yeah. If you want to create shit for me, hook me up. I'll pay you money.
aren't she has asked for prices? I've commissioned her before, but
Well,
Besides that-
to be fair, I could just message her and ask for her prices, but she can message
Oh,
me.
you know who wants to do it? LeBlanc, the leader.
Oh yeah, LeBlanc can as well. In fact, I'll fuck LeBlanc for free.
but LeBlanc is like only black white artist.
No,
Oh.
she actually has like her new tablet.
Oh yeah,
But
she does.
But she says she doesn't color. Well, that's what she says. I haven't heard her in recent times about art, but
Okay, let's see. Actually, that's going into it because we already answered the content competitions activities in question 3. So basically, in other words, is we pretty much answered that. We want to see more writing competitions. I would
No,
personally like.
wait. Do you remember? No, what was like hype? Like I enjoyed that a lot. The
Hmm?
RNG thing that Quinn made. Like Survivor on the Rift.
Oh yeah, I remember.
That was like a lot of fun.
Yeah.
yeah, I missed.
Even though it was just RNG written by a computer, but like I would wait every week just to like go and read that.
Well, Quinn, you got your answers. Do the motherfucking survival quest
I
again.
told him that.
To be fair, I remember Brom, an old he isn't on Amino anymore. An old Veda. He
Yeah.
used to make these Amino Hunger Games. That's kind of a similar thing. Those
Okay.
are-
Yeah, I
fun.
know he tried that.
Yeah.
Okay. So, question 4: would you take part in an art writing competition if they were held? Writing, probably yes. Art, we have too much of that shit, to be honest. Like,
Yeah, I told you every artist is just. There's much better people than me. I don't need RP. I would get bored of it. I don't want to spend
Yeah.
my free time on drawing something.
yeah, I think art is way too easy. Unfortunately, I did ask people to draw me Cho'Gath and Aurelia the Soul fucking, but no one did that for me.
Of course not. That's like an 18 plus request.
And also,
on, man.
and also,
Yeah,
second,
they can't post that.
and also, second of all, Beth did that for me anyway. They just saw Aurelian Soul feeding Cho'Gath planets. It was absolutely adorable.
Oh yeah, I
Also,
remember that.
Yeah.
you know what we're gonna need? We're gonna need a couple of like artists to just give us some pieces and we'll credit them.
Yep.
Put it in the introduction video.
Oh yeah, introduction video. Yep, we can do this. And what do you think should be brought to or done on this app to improve it? Well,
Content creators
well,
and more like people to create more groups.
so basically, in other words, is we need better social media presence. That's probably one of the ways we need to grow this app. So social media like Facebook, Twitter,
Yep.
Reddit.
I can give a little bit of insight about that.
Mm.
We have tried it before.
Yeah.
Social media inputs, but I think where it went wrong is that Ginkgo was supposed to be.
Ginkgo was in charge for YouTube.
Yeah, Ginkgo was in charge for a couple of things, and she kind of left. And then I tried to get. I personally have tried to say, "Hey, we need this kind of thing," but it was kind of thrown to the side. Also, I was the one who had the podcast idea. First one when even though it was chaotic, it went really well, in my opinion. But then I quit, so the podcast was not something that's
Interesting. Ginkgo is like doing the edits for the YouTube channel and everything.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
we got her back, but I think at this point is right now we need better presence on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram.
Yeah, we need to start those first.
Yeah, we need.
I
we
mean-
got a Twitter account.
I mean,
We got a Twitter account, a YouTube account, and
Yeah, I just need to migrate some of my own content over to there.
here's what people should do. Instead of saying, "Hey, you win some RP," people can just recommend me, and I will do a 3-hour coaching session with someone if they win the challenge.
So basically,
Actually-
in other words, is if you want to become challenger and you want to get free coaching, please do recommend our videos, subscribe to our content, and do all of those wonderful things, and you get to have nice dinner with Tim.
Yeah, exactly. I will just give you the best advice. I will just tell you to just play Rammus, go Ghost Clans, and run it down mid.
Yep. Basically just play Annie. Wait a minute, sorry, that's Alice thing. Fucking copyright strike. We just recommended Annie.
listen, you guys know nothing. Like, play Maokai top and build Zeke's contingents and Knight's Vow, and you're gonna win every game. Trust me.
That's dependent on your carries if they aren't bonobos.
They don't even need to do it. They just need to right click. That's it. You're
know-
a fucking Maokai.
you
Nobody
know-
can get the best.
I mean, I play Diamond 1, Elo, and people, the ADCs there don't even know how to right click. How do you expect people in Gold
I tell
how
them
to right click?
to turn on the auto attack.
Turn on
And
your.
that's enough. I'm
So,
gonna do all
so-
of the rest.
so Hoots advised the challenger turn on auto attack.
Turn on
Basically.
auto attack and let your support top lane tank.
Learn how to attack move is basically the best.
Yeah. My suggestion to improve the app, I do actually think they should look into the creator roles, honestly, and have curators that would help actually cultivate content rather than having them fill space in the hopes that they'll eventually become leaders. That's what
You know what's the problem with content? Like, most of the content is like pools, and like, hey, you wanna play? Hey, I'm looking for friends.
Oh yeah, that kind of
And
thing.
then somebody just drops card, and they're like, "Oh, we can feature this. Throw it on the feature board." And then
Yeah.
like somebody throws a writing post. They're like, "Okay, yeah, let's feature that." And then just in the next 10 minutes, again something comes up, and they're like, "Oh well, we featured that other thing that was bad, so we have to feature this thing," And it just
I will say something about that. Matoi told us when we started, when I joined as well, since most of the curators that are in now leaders are when I joined. They all just became
Yeah.
leaders. It's simple as this: what you find future worthy is future worthy. It's just an opinion based thing.
Yeah, I'm not saying that, but like, if you have an like one art piece and let's say writing a story,
Hmm.
like a story comes first, then you feature it on the front page, and then art comes second, and then you instantly feature it on the front page. No, and nobody saw the story. Like you can say it was on the front page, but like
Fair enough,
you don't
but
really look beyond that.
also about something you said, Yates. It's I there are no the new curators aren't coming. I'm pretty sure that what Mato's plan is the only reason Azura and Dan didn't get curator. Dan just is inactive at the moment. He would if he stayed as active when I was in there, he would probably have gotten leader.
Yeah, but
But
that's kind of the thing, though. Is are we doing leaders based on activity now? It really begs the question, which is
no,
curate.
it makes sense because as leader you have a little bit more responsibility as
Yeah,
curator. And for Azura, it's like she was never active and she wasn't vocal either. She
yeah,
didn't dare to speak up. She always had the argument that, well, you guys are also vocal and have all your opinions, so I have nothing to say. Basically, she only agreed to people or disagreed to people, and
hmm,
so I know for a fact that that's the reason Azura would have never gotten leader. Pretty sure because just the way she is, just
yeah,
the way she acts. The
yeah.
others, the leader spots that have been filled in that have gotten leader, those were the replacements. So this team, unless like 4 of them suddenly quit,
Yeah.
this is what we have to deal with for probably a long while. There's no one new is coming in. Maybe eventually Mato says, "Hey, Azura and Dan are too much AFK.
Yeah.
They've been away too long. We will recycle them, which means someone else will fill their spots." But this is just it. There's no one new coming in.
So no one knew was going to be coming. Well, leader wise, but curator wise as well.
And and also the reason why that's also so sorry, this kind of just jumped into my mind. It's because Matoid with the current team thinks it's already too much.
No, yeah, definitely. You can't expand curators, honestly. I did say in the future that if they did do expand curators, it would be to try and cultivate certain type of content. That's what I feel like curators should do: curate content, or at least help produce content. Um, but at this moment, with the level activity, there's no point expanding curators or leaders. Honestly, in fact, we're already kind of doing the job of cultivating content. We don't have curator status tagged onto us, so we're already doing that anyway. So having a curator status on top of it is just pointless at this point. Um, However, I do think that in terms of that is we should be helping cultivating content. We should be anyone that wants to give in content. We should give feedback and recommendations to make the art basically this content feature worthy. We should kind of have more of involvement in what people produce. And if we have more interest in what people produce, then more people will be inclined to produce it. But it really comes down to which is the social media presence and also getting content out on YouTube and how to build up a viewership.
You know
Really,
what? Also, like in the end, like what keeps people in the community is just people. Like
yeah,
let's say I'm best pals with Tim, and Tim suddenly decides to like leave the app, and like we talk 24/7. So like
yeah,
I say, hey, give me your WhatsApp number or something else, and then he leaves the app,
yeah, and
and
then
we
you
talk
leave
on
there.
WhatsApp, and I suddenly don't use the app so much, and then I drag someone else, and then it's just
Yeah,
you
no,
drag people with you, or
no, no, most definitely. I think in a way, whilst the app is too much inclusive of regulars, regulars are the one that are keeping the app alive. It's just that
Yeah.
right now we just need to get the regulars to open up more and invite more new people in.
I think League Amino also got the stigma because I've been here for a while now. I'm not saying I'm the longest living member because I joined pretty late, but I've been here for 3 years, over 3 years, and I've seen a lot of shit. Like there used to be all these small little parties like Zero Army, the Faggot Squad, etc. And all these small groups of people that would post a lot of negativity, like the most controversial topics. All was pretty good at it. Nova was pretty good at it. Like it would just become like such a shit show and such a hate fest that a lot of people that I know personally, like Lenny, Quester, etc., that I still speak to from time to time, they just have like this stigma that Amino is just pure trash because of all this. Like everybody has like a hate to someone else. Like they're just these. There's just a lot of those people. I mean, I feel like right now most of those people have disappeared because they have better things to do. Even Rito Slayer, I know the guy. He is Dutch as well. He is he had an interesting girlfriend. It wasn't the smartest, and he had an. And when I told him that Diamond 3 Flex Q is not something to be proud of, he flayed my ass off. Also, he deleted me from his friends when I banned Yasuo. Was a troll. But but all in all, like those people have kind of disappeared. And right now I feel like it's kind of like gotten to a point where the other reason, as you said, Hoots, is people stick around for people, and as soon as they see the opportunity to leave, because it has the stigma that league. I mean, you see it in the chat already. Like everybody hates League of Legends somehow, even though they keep playing it. Everybody has like an opinion about Amino. Everybody thinks it's shit.
Yeah,
but I don't know.
Every
I don't
other
know
game
why.
League of Legends is still fun. I feel like people hate it too much for the wrong reasons. Honestly, just admit that it's been a while. You've been playing it for about 9-10 years. People get bored. Just take a break, come back. You'll find a game fresh as new.
I did that. I feel like I've been playing since season 1. Literally, I've played every single season. I have played during the high highs and the low lows. Low lows season 6, 7. High highs, like before that, 3, 4. I've played every single first. Right now, the game is so fun. But if you just, at least to me, I mean, some people just have these, like Specs, for example. He just has this extreme opinions about certain champions, for example, Lee Sin or whatnot. And whenever he faces one, he just tilts off the planet of the earth. And I feel like if that is your mentality, then that is the reason why you're not enjoying it. It's not because the game is shit. It's because there are certain things in the game that you don't enjoy, which is fine. I don't think the whole game needs to be fun. I just think that you need to have a more positive outlook on the game than instead of having that negative mindset towards like, okay, because you've been playing it so long, just take a break. I don't play every game. I don't want to play every game. Every day I take huge breaks, sometimes weeks. I get where I want to be. I have most of my accounts are gold plus. I play on multiple servers, and every account is below level 80. There's one account that's NA that's above level 80, but it's all below level 80 because I just spread the way I play, and I don't grind the game. Every single person that complains the game is shit is level 160 plus, and I'm just like, you've grinded this game for 2 years now when this level system came out because you don't know when to quit. And that is why I feel like people are just so fucking bored and so fucking annoyed and shit. Okay, I get it. There are shitty champions. If I get one shot by a fucking full AP Ivern jungle, and it will be like, well, who the fuck fed this Ivern jungle? I would also be pissed. I get it. Just take it slow. You get a whole year to climb. You get a whole year just to play. Just do it for the fun. Play with people.
And
Don't treat it
and
as a job.
also, just to let you know, season 2 and season 3 were just as bad as any other season. Black Cleaver stacking, Zin fucking Jiao. What was broken in season 3?
Kassadin.
Kassadin.
Vigorous Lantern.
98% ban rate.
Yeah.
98.17.
Yep. Yeah. So there was a lot of
Was
broken.
it season 4 when Yasuo came out?
Yeah, and
I
I
think that was
mean,
the turning point for Riot. That just-
remember the full APE. Remember the Kha'Zix mid
Okay.
meta.
Let's be honest, full APE was fun.
Yeah, but it was also super cancer to play.
And also Tank Kha'Zix. Tank Kha'Zix was a thing.
Yeah. I tank Echo.
Thank
Huh?
Fizz, that's
But apparently season 2 and season 3 were like the bastion of League of Legends. It was the most fun it's ever been.
The lizard jungle item on Evelyn, like that shit was OP as shit. That Firegrass was OP as shit.
Ardent Sensor was... Well, to be fair, everyone hated Ardent Sensor. Everyone...
The reason why I hated Ardent Sensor, do you guys remember a girl named Julie?
yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, she used to shit talk everyone on Amino because her boyfriend was Masters, and she was like, she got Diamond 5 in this.
Wasn't her boyfriend like that Bard guy?
Nah, it was like he did play Bard, but I mean
He
was
had
like
a Bard on his profile picture, I know that.
Oh yeah, that's true. I believe that's true. But
Yeah.
like, okay, she shit talked in public chats and in her own chat people because she was like, okay, I got Diamond 5 in the season, even though she was coach. I got Diamond 3 in Flex Q, even though she duo queued with the Masters and whatever. So I told her, hey, it's Art of Sensor meta. You only play Nami and Jenna. You're not going to climb next season. And what happened? She didn't. But she had this ego. That is what happened with people in Art of Sensor meta. They were essentially in tier above what they should be playing.
Wait, isn't she like, she's still Diamond, I think.
To let you know, when it was during Ardent Sensor meta, I played support, but I played supports that didn't use Ardent Sensor. I played Alistair and Rakan, and I got to Platinum 3, okay?
Rakan uses Ardent Sensor, don't we?
No, I actually never built Ardent Sensor on Rakan, weirdly enough. And besides, even if Rakan used Ardent Sensor, he wasn't the best user of it. It was Janna, Lulu, Soraka. And So even though Rakan can build Ardent Sensor, you don't play Rakan for Ardent Sensor. You play Rakan for Zeke's conversions.
Yeah, true. But yeah, as I said, there were just people that got so much ego out of it.
I'm fine with every meta except fucking Vayne or tank busters like Kaisa. I can't stand that.
Thing is though, when there is the tank meta, it does rise up to tank busters. That's the whole idea with them.
Yeah, I generally don't like tank metas. I feel like here's the thing. Here's my opinion about the game. Tank metas and support metas where I mean right now it's kind of support meta. Support is kind of an impactful role, but we will talk about that a little bit later. The tank metas in itself are imbalanced metas because what it is you are heavily focused on what does the bot lane do and how do you get him ahead. Mid lane, which is by far the mid lane and jungle are by far the most impactful roles because if you have a winning mid, he can help the jungler win, which makes it such an unfair, unbalanced game. I hate shitty mid laners, by the way, as a jungler. Which becomes like, but in a tank meta, mid lane is kind of thrown to the side. It's kind of like the fourth thing to look at. Top lane, in a tank meta, top lane becomes completely useless. It's just 2 tanks. And mid lane becomes like a fourth thing, like kind of thing where you come when there is an 100% guarantee opening. But the bot lane becomes so heavily focused bot lane. And then it becomes who has the better mechanical skill, which should be a thing, by the way, but also who has the better support, which I find fucking terrible because it means that you can do whatever you do as a jungler,
Yeah.
but because you're a tank, you're not explicitly going to carry. You can be 8-0 on such a body, but you're not gonna solo carry the game. That's not how it works.
True. And also,
And you have and you have no impact over whatsoever, and then it becomes who right clicks better. And it just comes to front to back, who's more fed, who has the more items, who has the better support, who can peel better. And if
Who has more Koreans?
yeah, so basically it's kind of like, hey, at 30 minutes, oh, who wins the team fight? Oh, it's the enemy team. Oh, they can have Baron. Guess we lost because there's nothing you can do. And that tank metas are fucking horrible. They're so imbalanced. They're kind of like focused around a 2-man lane, which shouldn't be a thing because a solo queue and 2-man lane is so fucking unbalanced.
Mhm.
Yeah,
It
but
becomes
you
so
can't
hard.
have a meta where every lane is impactful.
No, never. I mean, right now, I feel like if a top laner is 3-0, he can impactfully impact. He has impact in the game. If a mid laner is 3-0, he has impact in the lane. If the bot lane is 3-0, they have impact in the game. And a jungler is right now just. I mean, it got double nerfed. I feel like it was an over nerf, but it wasn't as bad as I thought it was going to be. But jungle right now feels pretty decent too. I feel like everything right now is impactful but there are just champions that are a little bit better than others. That's what I feel like right now, which is why I find the game so much fun at this very moment. And I hope that Riot doesn't bring out too many changes at the moment because it's very, very rare.
Yeah, but like a 3-0 Cho'Gath is not the same as 3-0 Yorick or 3-0 Jax. You know, or like 3-0 Misfortune is not same as 3-0 fucking Jinx or Lucian.
No, I mean that as I said, I
They're
think
gonna impact the game like much less because they're just like champions that don't impact the game as much.
I mean if you pick Cho'Gath as a top laner, you know what you want with Cho'Gath is you're in for a long ride. You're basically saying, I want a 40-minute game. I want to skill up. I want this. That's your personal choice. You could have picked Yorick. I mean that's just like a choice you make as a top laner. I personally play Fiora. I could take over the game in 5 minutes.
Yeah,
But
like a 3-0 Fiora, like just get me out. Now a 3-0 Maokai, like you know, it's fucking Maokai, whatever.
so it is champion heavy based, but I feel like the champions. Fiora is also easy to shut down. If she's 0-3,
Yeah.
there's no way she's gonna take over the game. No way.
Okay, just to let everyone know, we've been recording this a bit longer than expected, and it's actually veered off subject, but that we just pretty much addressed the whole Quinn question thing. Other than that, though, we're all done.